Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So you're thinking about moving to Sacramento, but you need to know which neighborhood to hit. Well, today we go over my top 5 neighborhoods. I got an extra one at the end that you're gonna want to stick around for. So technically 6. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, before I get started, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because I got new videos coming out for you every single week. All right, so we're gonna be going over some of my favorite neighborhoods in Sacramento where I see a lot of my clients looking into and wanting to move to. So we're gonna start right here in Land Park. We are actually in the park itself. One of the biggest attractions about Land Park. You can see behind me just lush green all around. You've got the Sacramento Zoo just on the other side of us, as well as Fairytown Land. This is where you're going to be able to go into Mother Goose's house. You're going to be able to travel on down the shoe and do some other cool stuff. But being in Land Park, I'm going to show you a few houses, just kind of give you a spread of different looks and what makes people come to Land Park. Real quickly though, give you a little bit of a history on Land Park itself. So Land Park, we are basically in the heart of Sacramento. A lot of people look in the area because of the luxury homes. You're just about 10 miles away from downtown Sacramento, so you got a lot of people living in Land Park just because of the easy access. The neighborhood basically borders the Sacramento River to the west, Sutterville Road to the south, and you got Freeport Boulevard over to the east. So most of the houses, or I should say when Land Park kind of got started, was in the 1900s, and we actually started getting a kick of houses basically 1920 to 1940. A little bit of a break there, and then you see them kind of come back pretty strong between 1950 and 1960. Now, you're gonna see actually quite a few different homes in the area. You've got Spanish Revival, Colonial Revival out here, including some Tudors out here as well. So a lot of different options when you're in the Land Park area, but you're not coming out here for a brand new build, let me tell you that. Now, a couple attractions, of course, I've already mentioned the zoo, mentioned the Fairytale Land. You also have the theater out here, so if you're into the arts, you're gonna love it out here. Pretty good walkable anywhere you want to go. You're not too far from anything. Land Park, it's got some excellent schools in the area. A couple of those are going to be Crocker Riverside Elementary School, California Middle School, and then you also have the School of Engineering and Science, all located right here. So let's go ahead, let's get to the first house, check it out, and then we'll of course do our little drive around and show you what the neighborhood's all about. Okay guys, so we're at the first house right here behind me. This thing is beautiful. It's going for $1.2 million. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Square footage wise is about 1,900 square foot. One of the things in Land Park is, again, you're gonna actually have bigger houses around here. This one actually even has a bit larger lot than most of them out here. As you can see though, and we'll do some more drive around, you got beautiful oak trees up and down the street. The huge park that I was just at is right down the street. We're just walking distance from the zoo. You're not too far from a couple different eateries here. Grocery store is going to take you a little bit longer of a hike, but I think most people in Land Park are getting their groceries delivered anyways. You also have a golf course right behind us as well. So if you're into golfing, you don't even have to actually take the car. You can just grab your clubs, walk down the street, and actually get yourself 9 or 18 rounds of golf there. All the houses, of course, in Land Park, because the year that they're built, they are going to be older. They're going to have a lot of character. The one behind me here has been completely gutted and remodeled. You can even see that deck out back. It's just a beautiful property, beautiful neighborhood to be in. And you're really, again, you're close to everything. So let's get on that drive and let's get to the next property. All right guys, we're at the next property here. Right behind me here across the street, we're actually on the main drive, Land Park Drive. So if you keep going down, again, we're going back to the park, we're going back to the zoo, we're going back to Fairytale Land. So it is going to be a busier drive, but this property right here, they just did a price cut. They're sitting at $1 million right now. It actually has two things. One, an ADU, so if you've got a family member or if you want to do an Airbnb, you have those options to do that right there. As you can see, there's a 2-car garage. It doesn't have a huge backyard, but it's got a separate entrance for the ADU, so the person that's living there can have some privacy. Also houses a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. As you can see from the photos, it's been gutted, completely redone. So you're gonna see that pretty much as a reoccurring theme here, is most of the houses down here have been redone. And if they've been redone, you're usually gonna be in that $1 million+ mark. The other thing, if you do find something a little bit cheaper, which we can, usually going to be somewhere between the high 7s and mid 8s, that's gonna be more of a fixer-upper. Other cool thing that this one has that a lot of the other properties don't, especially in Sacramento, because way back in the day, I used to flood out here, is that this one actually even has a basement for you. So one of those rare things to find, but you actually have a basement in this one. Again, not too far from anything with this property. I'm gonna do a drive again, just so you can see the neighborhood. You're gonna see a lot of oak trees out there, so that's one of the draws for a lot of people coming to Sac, because we are, of course, known as the city of trees. Let's get to it. Okay guys, we are at the last house right behind me. This one's also Inland Park, the last one we're looking at in the area. As you can see, all these houses have some nice character. This one we can actually get under $1 million. So this is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,100 square foot. You can tell by the pictures that this house was probably updated somewhere in the early 2000s or late 90s. It's got a lot of tile. It needs an update again, and that's why, again, we're under that $1 million mark. Does have some good character on it still. Does have some of the original hardwood floors on it, and as you can see, again, beautiful neighborhood. You got tree-lined streets everywhere, but now we're gonna get on to the next neighborhood. Let's go. Okay guys, we are in the next neighborhood and we're sticking with the park theme. We are now in Curtis Park. Curtis Park, again, another huge park, really kind of a cool roundabout that you've got. There is a paved walkway around the whole park. And I'll say one thing about Curtis Park is, one, we butt right up to where Land Park is, but I would say two, there's a lot more charm, I would say, in Curtis Park than almost any other neighborhood. We're just south of downtown Sacramento, so again, quick little community if you had to go over there. The neighborhood itself was established in about 1922, so a lot of different styles. You're gonna get the California bungalow out here, you're gonna get the Craftsman, you get the Tudor, so you're gonna see a lot of different styles as we drive around the neighborhoods. It's a historic district, so people are just revamping the houses, but really keeping them to their original character, which I think is really kind of a cool thing. For Curtis Park too, you're gonna really find that the park itself is the hub for the neighborhood. For the most part, they've got a Halloween parade that goes on here, holiday events that happen. They have concerts in the park. I mean, I don't even think you can really see it, but this whole place will be packed with people during those events. Behind me is a tennis court. There's a playground as well, but we'll go ahead and we'll get kind of all these little areas filmed out for you. Probably one of the main things that Curtis is known for is going to be Gunther's ice cream. It's been around since 1940. It's the local favorite. Gunther's, you can actually even find them selling their ice cream to some of the other ice cream shops around the area. Like when you get into the outskirts and surrounding neighborhoods and surrounding towns, you'll find that they're carrying Gunther's because it is one of the best ice cream shops out there. So let's go ahead and get up to our first house. I'm gonna show you two houses in this neighborhood and then we'll pop over to the next one. All right guys, so we're at the first house. It's right behind me here. This one, we're in, again, Curtis Park. This one is going for $545. This one is a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Square footage wise is a little over 1,100 square foot. This one has no garage, so you're gonna see a couple things. Either 1-car garages out here. There's a few houses out here that have some larger garages, or I should say 2 or 3-car garages, but for the most part, you're gonna get no garage, or let me spin you around here. Like you can see on this neighbor, there's the house, and then they have a 1-car split garage. Sorry, I'm not sure if that's coming up in the camera or not for you guys. But anyways, Curtis Park, with all the charm that you get, you're actually gonna get smaller houses in the area for the most part. There are a few larger ones, but most of them are gonna be around that 1,000 square foot to about maybe 1,500 max. Also, because they're smaller houses and because of where the price point is compared to like Land Park, you're gonna get actually a pretty cool mix of people. You got retirees, they've sold some of their bigger houses, maybe even from Land Park, and moved to Curtis Park for the smaller houses. And you're gonna get a lot of first-time home buyers that come in and also purchasing their first home and then fixing them up. You can see this one though, still got the original charm, still needs some updating on it, but for the most part, this is kind of what you can expect in Curtis Park. The other thing too that you're gonna notice is a lot of the streets are gonna be a little bit tighter. So if you got a truck like myself, it's a little bit harder to get around. So you might wanna consider getting a small SUV or car when living in this area. Or you really don't even have to. There's enough public transportation around here. You can walk to the bus, tram, trolley, whatever you need to get to your destination. So let me do that drive for you, and we'll get to the second one that I'm gonna show you out. All right. All right, guys, we're back at it again. We're at the last property right here. Now, this is something that we're starting to see in Sacramento more and more. Is there's some basically just dirt areas surrounding different parts, like Curtis Park. Whole area was just undeveloped, not doing anything. So builders came in here. They still kept the charm, as you can see, but this one was actually built in 2021. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Now, this is the most expensive one that we're showing you today, sitting at $785, but it's because we're a little bit farther away from Curtis Park itself. So again, as you get closer, either the house is going to get smaller, therefore keeping the price point down, and or the house is going to stay about the same size here, but you're going to see that price point hit into those millions. So just really depends on what you're looking for, and that's why I like Curtis Park so much, is because you have a variety of price points that you can get entry all the way up to those $1 million price marks. Now I'm going to go to the next neighborhood, or that I wanted to show you guys, but you got to check out what these builders did out here, because like I said, the charm is still there. And then all along the main way into here, all new buildings for eateries. You've got different shopping experiences out there, and you got freeway access just right down the street. So let's get to it, and I'll see you at the next neighborhood. All right, guys, we're in the next neighborhood here, and we are actually in East Sacramento. East Sac, there's a lot of different types of homes here. You got the Tudors, you've got the craft style type homes, but when everybody thinks of East Sacramento, they're thinking of the Fab 40s. This is a vibrant area here, especially in the Fab 40s. You've got estates in these areas. Basically, you got the American River running north. You also have Highway 99 to the west and Alhambra Boulevard to the east. So that kind of makes up your East Sacramento area. Like I say, we're in the Fab 40s right now, and you're coming out here if you're looking for really any kind of luxury living. East Sac is going to be known for, of course, its impressive parks. One of the biggest parks in this area is going to be William Land Park, of course, which we were at not too long ago. The walkability score is great here. You're not too far from any kind of food. You can take a scooter or cab ride or just a quick Uber if you want to go catch a Kings game. You got J Street not too far, which a lot of people hang out on. I'm going to cross the street because we're actually going to be at the first house. It's the property right behind me, and you're not going to believe this thing. It's a 3-bedroom, get this, 6-bathroom property. And like I say, these things are estates. As you can see from the pictures, it's gorgeous. It has tons of green space. These are huge lots in the downtown Sacramento area. Square footage wise on this one is just shy of 7,000 square foot, and price points on it is right under $5 million. Now, you're also, if you're working in the hospitals or anything like that, you got UC Davis Medical Center not too far, a couple other smaller hospitals just right around the corner. And like I said, this is one of those places that is just beautiful year round. The trees, as you can see, are just lined up and down. We actually come down here every single Christmas because of the show that the Fab 40s puts on. And a little local tip for you, if you're coming here for Halloween, they give you the big candy bars. So get out here with the kids. The streets are lined anytime there's an event going on around here. But let's do that drive. I got one more house to show you in the Fab 40s, and then we're gonna get to our next neighborhood. Let's get at it. Okay guys, we're at the next house. We're still in the Fab 40s in East Sacramento. Last house we were at, like I said, was about $5 million. The one right behind me here, as you can see, 2-story, a little bit smaller on the square footage. This one actually is running at 1.6 million. As you can see, it's been updated. It's got the charm that everybody's looking for in East Sacramento. 45th was kind of where we started at the last one. That's like the main road. If you see any movies with Sacramento in it, that's usually where they're going to be filmed. So 1.6, again, you're not too far from anything. There's actually a couple different great walkways just down the way here. You can still tell you got the tree-lined streets, which that's really what these Fab 40s are known for. Big, huge trees. Backyard on this one's not going to be as big, but it is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. So more of, I would say, a family home. Still have plenty of room in the backyard for yourself. And like I said before, so East Sac, it's just gonna be one of those places that if you still kind of want to be close to things, you want to be in the hustle and bustle of Sacramento, it's a great place to be. But it's just a little on the outskirts. Anytime I've ever come out here, shown homes, or visited some of my clients, it's always been really, really quiet. So there's always events going on. Their 4th of July parade is another thing that I forgot to mention that they're known for, but very quiet neighborhood, but very, of course, as you can see, very established neighborhood. Usually when people move into the Fab 40s, they are not moving out. They're going to be staying here. They love it. Even if a house gets too big, usually they're going to go from like that one house that I just showed you at the 5 million mark, and they're going to maybe move down to something a little bit smaller on one of the other 40 streets. Also, of course, just like most of Sacramento, everything is really surrounding the parks. That's what we're known for. And so you really have a lot of people that will walk down to the parks and just kind of walk around that center. You really get to know your neighbors that way. Other cool thing that you're starting to see in the Fab 40s is houses kind of like the one behind me. So you're starting to see some people take some of these really beat up houses, the ones that haven't been updated at all, and they're actually starting to knock them down and completely rebuild a newer house. Like the one behind me here was probably built in the early 2000s to mid 2000s. Great schools around here. You got a couple private schools, you've got a great public school around here, and like I was saying before, if you need to get to the downtown area to work, not too far. If you got on one of the jump bikes or scooters, you can get to some of these basketball games or some of the more lively areas pretty quickly. So I'm going to do a little bit more drive, and then we're going to head on to the next neighborhood for you. Okay guys, we are in our next neighborhood, and we are actually in an area I think a lot of people forget about. We're in Sierra Oaks. Now, we had to go on the other side of the bridge, and that's why I think a lot of people forget about it. It's not that iconic neighborhood like the Fab 40s or anything like that, but if you want a spread, you really like that old ranch style house, the house right behind me right here, this thing just sold for $940. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 5,000 square foot. Okay, so you come out here, you got a really nice spread. Sierra Oaks is one of those areas that is known for one, luxury homes, 2, large lots. So if you got kids, you want a backyard that they can play in, you want a large pool in the backyard, this might be the spot for you. Most of the houses, they're going to be that Mediterranean, the ranch style type homes that you just see people again move into, stay, and because of a lot of them are those 1-story type homes, people aren't moving. They're moving in when the kids are young, and they're staying throughout their life because it's so nice here. If you love coffee shops, if you love just hanging out, you're going to love Sierra Oaks. I feel like there's a coffee shop on every corner. These coffee shops all have outdoor areas to sit, and they are just covered with trees, so you can actually even sit out there during the summertime. Sierra Oaks is also one of those places that is a little bit more known in Sacramento for the quality of schools. You can go to greatschools.org and actually check that out yourself. But people come out here because they do have some award-winning schools. You're not having to go to the private schools. And another thing too is you're out from the downtown area just enough that you're not having to really get too many bums coming into the area. Unfortunately, as nice as the last neighborhoods we were at, you will get bums from time to time walking through the neighborhoods. Now, I've talked to some of my clients. They all say, you see them here and there, but for the most part, they hang out a little bit more south. But you do get that in those neighborhoods. Sierra Oaks, you're not really gonna get it. The other cool thing is the pavilions that they've got out here. It just has a charm. A lot of boutique shopping in the area. You're right next to the American River, literally the levees right on the other side here. So checking that whole area out, if you like hiking, if you like biking, you're gonna love Sierra Oaks. So I'm gonna do that drive for you. We're gonna check out one more house, and then we're gonna hit the next neighborhood for you. Let's go. Okay guys, we're at the next one. Again, we got that ranch style, right? Again, Sierra College, it is known for these style homes. You're gonna see them over and over again. 1-stories are the thing. A lot of times if you see a 2-story house, it's usually because they just built onto it. But the house right behind me, as you can see, has been completely remodeled, head to toe, gutted. Doesn't have a pool in there, but you got plenty of room to put a pool back there if you want to. This one in particular is actually pending right now for $989. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, full bathrooms, and square footage wise is right around 2,200 square foot. So you got plenty of room to grow in there. Other cool thing about this house is we're not too far from Loman's Plaza. Like I said, I think we're gonna try to drive around if I can get some film of that, show you the actual plaza. You're gonna love it. You got Ruth Chris Steakhouse, you got Noah's Bagels down the street here. You got Buckhorns, you got the UV, so just a ton of little shops, shopping areas for you. You're really gonna love it. It is literally a luxury little spot to hang out at. I actually, when I'm in this area and I'm actually going to like the plaza, stuff like that, I almost feel like I'm back at the coast just hanging out. Everybody's got a really chill vibe out here, lots of families hanging out, so I think you really would enjoy it if one, you're a young family, or two, you've got a growing family. Coming out to Sierra Oaks is one of those places that just has a good feeling about it. Like I say, crime rate is lower than if you're in the actual Fab 40s, if you're in Curtis Park, stuff like that, and you still have those tree-lined streets. We actually get into, instead of the oak trees, we actually get more into the redwoods out in these areas. You get some birch trees, just a lot of different mixtures when you're in this area. So let's do one more drive, and like I say, I'm gonna try to get you over to the plaza and get a little filming of that so you can kind of get the feel and the vibe of the actual area. And then we'll see you guys at the next neighborhood. Okay guys, we are at our next neighborhood. We are in Arden Park. Now, first thing, let me turn around here. Arden Park, there are no sidewalks. It's more treated as like a county area, but I will say this, Arden Park is one of those areas that has some of the best schools in Sacramento County. The price range in Arden Park is actually pretty wide. It's going to range anywhere between $500 to $1 million. You can actually get over that just a little bit. First house is the one right behind me here. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,300 square foot. The thing is just at $1 million, but huge yard, huge area. Most of the houses around here are going to be built between 1940 and 1950, but as we do a little bit of a drive, you're going to see there's a lot of houses that have been updated. There even has been some of these larger lots that the house has actually been even torn down and completely rebuilt. So you're starting to see not just the ranch style housing, you're also starting to see some different architectural styles come into play here. Of course, we're keeping that park theme. Arden Park is one of the larger parks in the area. It's actually about 6 acres. You've got a playground, you got tennis courts, basketball courts, and also of course picnic tables out there. Arden Park is one of those areas that you're gonna go and actually just put out the blanket, bring out the picnic basket, and really just have a relaxing evening. I always think of it as one of those places where you're gonna fly some kites. There are trees out here, as you can see in the background, but you have a lot more space. Also, Arden Park is not very far from Arden Fair Mall. So if you're looking for shopping not too far away, just a little skip and you're right there at the main mall. They've got different shops such as Nordstrom, you've got Macy's, you've got the Apple store out there, Barnes and Noble. So a lot of cool little shops in the mall there. A lot of surrounding that mall area, of course, additional shopping, a lot of food options. Now, walkability, you're not necessarily going to be walking to your local grocery store. Most of the time you're going to have to get in your car and you are going to have to do a little bit of a drive, but you're not too far from anything. If you want to do a quick date night, something like that, you can jump into an Uber. You can still get into Sacramento around the stadium and really kind of enjoy everything they have to offer there. Also, you're going to notice that a lot of the yards are really maintained, manicured wise. Most people that come to Arden Park, it's kind of the same theme. They're staying. You get into Arden Park and you want that space, you want that room. You'll even see there's not a lot of houses that actually come on the market in Arden Park. A lot of times what we're seeing is if somebody is getting ready to move out, either a family member or a friend ends up wanting to purchase the property before they even go on the market. So a lot of the houses that I've even gotten in the past have been pocket listings that I end up just finding somebody off market before it even hits, just because it's such a popular area, especially again because of the spread that you get. So let's show you the neighborhood. Got one more house to show you, and then I've got that last area, my favorite area, that I'm going to be showing you at the end of this video. Let's go. Okay guys, we are at the last property here. As you can see, beautiful brick. You got a 2-car garage here. House has been completely updated. And one of the other things that I forgot to kind of mention, so there are no sidewalks. Also, the streets are going to be a little bit more narrow, but just again, I think they give most of it to the houses, right? You can see how large this front yard is right here. This is a corner lot, so it goes all the way around the side there. This one is a 2-bathroom, just a little over 2,300 square foot, and is currently listed at 1.16. So if this is something you guys are interested in, go ahead, leave a comment, hit me up, and we can do a full tour for you guys. So let's do that final drive around this neighborhood, and I'm gonna get you, like I said, to my favorite neighborhood in Sacramento. All right guys, we are at the last neighborhood, and we are in the Midtown area. One of the reasons I love this neighborhood so much is just because of all that is happening out here. The style of the houses, that one minute you can be walking down the street and you're in front of a whole bunch of houses like the one behind me here, and then the next minute you're hitting up a grocery store or a mom and pop shop of some sorts for food. This house right here is a 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom, just shy of 4,000 square foot, and all I gotta do is just walk about maybe half a block and you're at Zocal's. Midtown's one of those areas that you got a lot of art. You got Crocker Museum out here. You got a lot of live music shows that are going on. And the other cool thing is, like I said, as you're walking down, you got some of my favorite places. You got Lowbrow, you got the Shady Lady out there, and just really good food. As you're walking around, neighborhood's actually pretty nice. I will say one thing though, if you are not into noise, Midtown would not be the area for you. The other thing is most of the area, people that are living in it, most of the kids are going to some sort of private school. Public school's okay, and like I said, you go to greatschools.org to kind of check that out for yourself. But like I said, a lot of charter school stuff going on, which are great, and private schools. So if you need more information on that, like I say, I'll put a link to the greatschools.org. You can check those out for yourself. Charter schools, of course, you can still take your state money, put it towards those, where private schools, really different ranges there for you. But just look at the style of the houses. This is kind of one of the reasons I really love it. And you kind of turn over the other side here, and a lot of these houses are just completely being redone, revamped. There are some out there that are still under that $1 million mark. You can find, but they're going to be more of a fixer-up. They're going to be those 2 1-bedrooms. They're going to be at 700 square foot. But to just live down here, and if you really want to be in that hustle and bustle, if you want to get to the games and just walk there, if you want to walk to your local restaurant, this is the place to be. I'll do a quick drive around so you can see kind of what Midtown's got to offer and kind of how it goes from neighborhood. All of a sudden you're in more of just, you know, kind of like your shopping area, and then back to neighborhood. And then we'll get to the last house for you and then wrap this whole thing up. Okay guys, we're at the last place, and this is another thing that I love about being out here in Sacramento is when you're in the downtown area, you actually this is actually one of the smaller buildings, but you actually get some high rises. This one right here is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Sorry about the noise there, guys. And it's actually currently listed at $675. Beautiful property. It's gonna be completely redone, revamped for you. No furnishing on this one, but a great rental property or Airbnb as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to the lab. We'll finish up this video. We'll go from there. Talk to you soon. Okay guys, so as you can see, Sacramento has a lot to offer. Those are just some of my favorite neighborhoods in Sacramento. I think a lot of people don't understand that Sacramento really does have a lot of different property types to offer, right? We got those estate type homes in the Fab 40s. We've got more of those ranch Mediterranean styles in like the Arden area. So, or you can do the bungalows, right? So if there's any questions that you guys might have, if you guys are interested in seeing some of these properties, or if you just have more questions about every area that we went out to or some of the other areas, another favorite one of mine is probably also the Pocket. Like I say, just let me know. Go ahead and leave a comment, hit us up on that 15-minute Zoom. Let us know how we can help you guys discover Sacramento and hopefully get you into your dream home. We'll see you on the next one.